Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Tuesday Panic. Back to our rescheduled programming. Are you glad? Are you happy? Are you thrilled? You want to give this video a thumbs up just because it's not a it's not a find out more about me video, which you can find by the way right here if you're interested in checking out all the videos I did for the Triple S Veda Challenge, which was vlogging every day in August. And this is back to our rescheduled programming of youth ministry, where we're talking about youth ministry. And today I want to talk to you about kickstarting your student leadership program. Now, kickstarting developing student leadership starts with, I believe, an all-in mentality. In other words, that anybody and everybody in your youth ministry can lead. They can now, by lead, it doesn't mean they're the upfront person. It means they can serve, right? That leadership is servanthood. Leadership is also influence, right? It's also a matter of, depending who you are and how you influence and how you do those things, it's that as well. But it's not always an upfront position that has that, because there's people who are very quiet, who have a tremendous amount of influence. It's not how loud they speak, it's what they say when they do say something. And so it's not always the loudest, or not always the boldest or the bravest, but it's the person who can serve and influence people, whether it's loudly or quietly, in a quiet manner. So what do? I'll tell you something I just recently did. We just kickstarted our student leadership. And once again, it comes from the mentality of saying that, look, everybody's a servant. Everybody ought to have a role and responsibility in the body of Christ. That if you are a Christian, if you're a believer in Jesus, if you walk in the way of Christ, then you have a role and a responsibility to serve the Lord. And we're going to create the opportunities within this ministry for you to do that. And so I preached on Ephesians 4, I believe it was, where we talk about the fact that we grow up that God has given to the church, has given the role of prophets and apostles and teachers and pastors and evangelists. And so all these roles, why does God give roles and responsibilities? Why does he give positions here? Well, so that the body may grow up in the fullness of God. And so we want to grow up in the fullness of God. So how do we do that? Well, let me give you a little quick tip that I have here. So what I started with, I did this a few years ago, and it was good, but I think we're at a better place within our youth ministry. We're going to get better. We got a better response. So let me just show you real quick here what I have here. I'm going to show you, kind of point down here to the stuff here. I have these little help wanted things here. And as you can see here, I have it divided up, and I have these little help wanted signs here. And basically I put those all out I have blank ones and I had ones that have things on them. So let me show you a little bit about the ones that I have things on here. Okay, this particular one here, this is, I've organized these into program, spiritual development, people skills, and media team. Now the two that I don't have here that I've already given out to my leaders are cafe and soundboard. Okay, so in showing this here, let me show you what I have in the program area. I have here, let me see, I have do the weekly game, and I have names of kids that wish to do that. I have, let's see, it's got 3 people for the weekly game, room cleanup, and room cleanup. So those are just simple programming things that I want kids to do every week, right? I also had things like altar workers. I had things like that. I believe I also have that in. I have offering and stuff like. Oh no, I have that in a separate thing. That's for our offering and for our missions. I have spiritual development. In spiritual development, I have things like salvation follow up, prayer board that we have, keeping up with the prayer board. Okay, and then also. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Speed the Light Ambassador, which their role is to make sure we keep up with the offering, keep up with missions, and how we do that. And let's see. Then we have the media team, which is everything from computer to taking photos, taking pictures every week, things like that. Also, working with the computer, doing the worship slides. That's a big deal because I was doing that normally. And then you have people skills, things that require things to be personality-wise, fits them, greeters, follow up with new guests, small group leader, things like that. And so here you have these 4 segments I've taken. I had them fill it out, and I'll, if you're interested, I have the whole program that I did. If you're interested in the message there, you can get it if you sign up for the Fresh Impact Network, Fresh Impact newsletter, excuse me, and I can send that out to you. But here are the four. Those are the four segments right there. Let me go ahead and switch back here. Okay, so once these are filled out, once those kids have presented those to me, I hand those out to the following leaders who then have responsibilities over those, who will have responsibility over those, and to say, look, you're going to oversee these kids who are interested in this. Make sure this pour your creative ideas into this. How are we going to do the greeting? How are we going to do those things? The slides and those kind of things. Those will go to our sound people and our computer person, who will then oversee those folks and help them and put them on a rotation basis and things like that, to be able to function and know when they're going to serve and things like that. So in doing that, it really just, it says, look, the mentality is, once again, is that everybody can serve and everybody who's a Christian should serve. I had a kid ask me, and I started off with this illustration, was the fact that kids have asked me, and when somebody asked me last week, I asked them, I said, hey, would you like to gather everybody up and call everybody in? And of course, this person I asked was kind of a meek and mild-mannered person, which was fine, but I thought I'd test the waters and give them a shot at it. And they said, no, why would I do that? Isn't that your job, or isn't that what you get paid to do? I said, sweetie, I don't get paid to do that. I get paid to teach you and find your gifts and have you do those things. And so I am totally flipping the script on these kids to say, look, this is not what I get paid to do, and what I am called to do is to develop you guys as leaders in Jesus Christ. So anyway, that's my little piece for today. I hope that it is beneficial to you. If you are interested, once again, in getting this and receiving this as a free thing, I'm going to hand it out. I'm going to give it to my Fresh Impact newsletter folks, the Fresh family, as I call them. You can sign up for that down. There's a link down in the description below. Now, if you're struggling with student leadership somehow and you're wanting to develop that and you need some more help, you're welcome to contact me. You're welcome to leave some comments down below and ask me for a little bit more details. Thanks for joining me today for the Tuesday Panic. Hopefully you're not in a panic over your student leadership, but if you are, hopefully this has been a big help to you. Thanks for joining me today for the Tuesday Panic today. I hope that you got something from this and you are ready to go to help your students start developing into the leaders that God's called them to be. If you are a regular, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you guys being part of this and enduring through the 30 days of Veda. If you want to know more about me, you definitely want to go through those videos there, and you'll find out all kinds of things about me that you may not care about, but some things you might. I don't know. We might have some things in common. We can connect on that. But anyway, if you like videos, like this video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. That lets me know you like the video and you want more of them. And be sure to, if you're a brand spanking new guest with us today, thanks for joining for the show today. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That will get videos like this in your inbox. And so thankfully, hopefully you are not in a panic about your student leadership. But if you are, I hope this video has been a help to you. And I hope that you have a fantastic day and a fantastic youth meeting. So until next time, I'll see you next Monday.